Goeienaand, good evening, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. And you know, one of the most important things that this channel does is it archives the live history of South Africa as it unfolds and collapses, as a country, I mean. And I got a email from a lady. Her name is Roseanne, and she says, I'm a 55-year-old God-fearing white woman living in Africa. I was born in the African sun, and I'm going to die in the African sun, no matter what. Africa is my home. I do not blame anyone who has lost hope and who has moved abroad to live a better life. We can't do that, for we are in love with Africa, as well as the African bush, and would rather die as to shake off the African dust from our feet. I see myself as a very good person, like most whites, living in the most southern point of Africa. I don't hate blacks or any other people. I'm not a racist either. I have done more for the black community in my life than I have done for white people. Here is just an example of who we are. I sat shoulder to shoulder among many blacks with a cleaning lady, Nancy, who once worked in my home. Sadly, I can't afford her anymore. That took many, many days. It was a bit reckless, for it was dangerous, but I helped her to get the social grant for herself and for her sister's grandchild. She can't read or write. This child's mother died at birth, and the grandparents did not want to look after her deceased daughter's child. Therefore, Nancy took this child and cared for her. I drove Nancy to a house in an informal settlement where she picked up this neglected little girl who was 3 years old at the time. I bought her clothes, bathed her, and dressed her. A few years later, when she was ready to go to school, my son asked us to help her to go to a school in town, for he did not want her to go to a school in an informal settlement, for he felt sorry for her. He thought she was worthy to be brought up in a school that would see her potential. I went to a primary school in town and begged them to accommodate her, which they eventually did. My son bought her school clothes for that year, as well as all her stationery. Today she is a pretty young lady with a great future ahead of her. With the little I've got, I've given this family clothes, food, furniture, etc. for many, many years. When Nancy's daughter died, I helped her once again with all the paperwork regarding her daughter's death. Does this sound as if we are racist? Yet we are blamed for everything that is going wrong in South Africa. Why? The farmers do even more for their workers on the farm, and I can vouch for that. I mean, I speak to a lot of South African white commercial farmers, and they treat their farm workers like family. You know, they care for them, they feed them, they look after them. Whereas this ANC government, it's the racist force in South Africa. Anyway, let's continue with this email. She says the farmers do even more for their workers on the farm. They take such good care of them. The workforce on farm do not pay rent. They do not buy electricity. They get enough food, are taken to doctors, and their salary package is much more than what meets the eye. Does this sound as if farmers are racist? Do they deserve to be the outcasts of a nation? Yet they are brutally murdered. Why? This is only a drop in the ocean. There are millions of the same stories to tell. I'm not telling you this stuff because I'm seeking recognition. It is just that I desperately want everybody in the world to see who the white people in South Africa really are. We are for sure not the racists that we are made out to be. Our Boer people are hard-working people with caring but solid hearts. That is why the hatred that arises against us is so hard to process. We are truly the most peaceful and loving nation on earth, with hearts very close to gold. What happens in South Africa to us is far beyond belief. The only thing we demand is that one must work to earn your place in society. Then you are most welcome to be part of any society in the world, not only in South Africa. Do not steal. Do not be racist. Do not murder. Do not be corrupt. That's all we're asking. Do you think this is wrong? If you do not mind, I want to deliver a message to everyone watching tonight. We have a mighty God. He cannot be stolen from us like everything else has been stolen. He will help us if we keep our knees bent and trust Him. We will once again arise from our circumstances. We will once again build a new South Africa. We will once again show the world how mighty we are for God as He is with us. We just ask that you pray for us and with us for the Boer nation to once again arise from the dust, and we thank you for doing so. We believe that God will keep His promises, and we trust Him with our future. We in return will pray for everyone in the world as well. Scott, thanks again for what you have done and still do for all the white people in South Africa. Thank you for your kindness. May God bless you. Have a lovely day and keep safe. Well, I don't know about you, but I think that is such an incredibly deep letter. It's written with such love and faith, and it nearly brings me to tears. The mainstream media have got so much to answer for, and God will sort that out later. Believe me. Believe me. Okay guys, please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. Ring the bell for the updates, please. Like this video, please share this video, and above all, please stay safe. Bye for now.